All right, so I'm counting on you starting today. Huh? What are you counting on me for? I told you, starting today I'm going to be going back to work because I didn't have any more days off from labor. Did you forget? Oh, yeah, you did say that, but what does that have anything to do with me? Huh? I asked you to take care of my kid. I remember specifically asking for your help. I told you no, though. I'll tell you again. No. I have kids of my own, too. You can't just say no now. I have to go into work for real tomorrow. I'm only gonna say hello and check in for today and I'll come back, but... Wait, you're not telling me you haven't quit your part-time job yet, right? I'm not going to quit. I told you that I wouldn't be quitting my part-time job. Then how the hell are you going to look after my adorable twins? I told you I can't. I have a part-time job, and I have 2 kids of my own. So what? Your kids are both old, middle school and high school. They barely require any help from you. No one cares about them. I definitely care about them. And not to mention, they're both very active in sports. I'm really busy right now moving them around. I also have my part-time job for the 10th time. Part-time work is just like playtime anyway. Just quit that silly job of yours. And come take care of my kids at no cost, okay? I can't do that. You want me to look after your infants and take care of the house for free, right? That's what you're asking for? I don't have the leisure to do that kind of thing for you. Just so you understand, Ms. Part-Time, you might not be able to comprehend because of your tiny little brain, but my job has a lot of responsibility, unlike you. Also, I was pregnant for the first time at 40, and they're twins to make things more difficult. Your brother went overseas for his work. He won't be back for another half a year. You don't want to help out your poor old sister-in-law? Well, then you better get a move on and find a daycare. Even more so if you really want to go back to work. It's not that I want to go back to work. I'm going to go back to work by tomorrow morning. So I can't be having this discussion with you right now. Okay, then you better start looking right now. At least try to find a babysitter or something. That's why I'm asking you. Why don't you pay someone professional? Someone who's certified to take care of your kids. I don't have any more money. Fertility treatments cost a lot of money, you know. Then you should ask your own siblings. You have sisters, right? Their kids should also be fairly old now, so they shouldn't have any issues there. I don't want to cause any problems with my actual sisters. You guys all live close by anyway. You're basically obligated to help me. Didn't James tell you anything? Sure, he talked to me about it. I also turned his offer down too. Why the hell did you do that? Your kids won't be going to college anyway. There's no reason for you, the wife, to be working anyway. It doesn't matter if you quit at all, so just quit that job and come take care of my kids. You're seriously talking crazy right now. Besides, let's do a little review. You have 2 boys at your house. I have all girls. I can't really feel safe about that, can I? I'm going to have them stay at your parents' house. Wait, did I read that right? You said my parents' house? Yeah, my parents' house is too far from here. My mom isn't around and my father needs to be looked after. I don't have any other choice but to have them looked after at your house. If you take care of them there, it all works out perfectly. I want you to let them eat at least 3 meals a day at your parents' house. I work late often, so it really helps. What? I never agreed to any of that crap. My mother is also sick right now, so she can't deal with your kids. I need to take her to the hospital still. You need to stop talking about all this nonsense. And start looking for a babysitter or a daycare. It's going to work out a lot better for you. What time are you going? Huh? To the hospital. I'm already headed there now. Lydia? Ms. Lydia? What the hell? You ran off after leaving the kids at my parents' house? What is wrong with you? I told you I have to go to the office starting this morning. I didn't really have a choice. I'll go pick them up this afternoon. That's not the problem here. My mother and I are at the hospital right now, so we can't go home. My father is completely confused as to what he should be doing and what's going on. You need to cut your shit out. You left your kids at my parents' house, claiming you should be glad that I'm letting you see your grandkids. How rude can you be? Just so you know, I don't mind if you guys buy them clothes or toys. You can just keep them at your parents' house. I'm going to leave them at your parents' house every day anyway. I'll be okay on the weekends, but when I have to go away on business trips, make sure it's okay for them to stay overnight. And just to be extra crystal clear, do not let them have any interaction with those boys of yours, all right? Are we good? Hey, I didn't say yes to any of this. You don't have a choice. I'm going to work now. See ya. All right, I just swung by the office for today, so I'm all done. I'll be heading over there to pick them up now. They're not here. Huh? What do you mean they're not here? My father was at his wit's end, so after that, I had them picked up by your sisters. I called them as soon as you left. What? You're joking, right? Your sister that lives with your father at his place came by to pick them up real quick. My older sister? Yeah. I don't believe it. You messaged her without telling me? I didn't realize. I didn't think that you were that kind of person that would lack common sense like that. My sister and I haven't been on speaking terms for a long time, and then you go and give her my kids? You shut up about common sense. You need to stop. Your sister, she was apologizing nonstop to me. I'm so sorry for my younger sister's rudeness. I think she said that's the normal common sense, I think. My dad also had a rise in his blood pressure. He got sick and collapsed. What the hell have you done? Raise your own damn kids. You made my older sister apologize? And where are my kids? Give me back my kids! How about you message your older sister and ask yourself? You know I can't do that. Yeah, I do know, actually. You left your own father's home because you didn't want to take care of him. You moved all the way over here to avoid him, right? That's not true. Also, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You didn't know that there was a daycare specifically for employees at your workspace. How did you... You spoke to my father, right? You said that it was too expensive for you to use. If you have money to spend on your own stupid clothing and expensive purses, maybe you should spend some money on your kids. What are you talking about? Oh, come on. It takes 2 seconds to figure out that you're in love with Chanel. It's not some kind of great big mystery. Also, I spoke to my brother. My father's pretty damn pissed. What did you tell him? Oh, about today? He said that he doesn't want you in his property ever again. He also said that if he ever sees you on his property again, he will cut ties with you, your kids, and my brother. He's just bluffing. Oh, and your older sister apparently agreed with everything too, just so you know. My older sister? Yeah, the one and only. I know that you need help because you had twins at a relatively older age, but maybe you should have considered, I don't know, talking to people around you for help other than just pushing your kids onto them. Where are my babies? Also, let's go back to the Chanel thing for a second. Apparently, my brother didn't know anything about it. You told James about it? I didn't, but my father did. He was pretty surprised. You and your family, you're seriously screwing everything up for me. If you don't give my kids back, I'm going to sue you for abduction. I'm literally telling you where they are. Just call your sister. They're at your parents' house. Also, going forward, don't ever have any interaction with me or mine again. Then who's going to take care of them? I don't know. Figure it out. If you want me to look after them, then you better be willing to pay. At least the same amount as my part-time job. Also, I don't want to cause any undue stress to my father, so don't go to my parents' house ever again. I'm sorry about this time, but can you please get my kids back from my older sister? What? What are you saying? Please, I really don't want to see my older sister. I'm sorry about this. I don't care. You talk down about my kids. Just so you know, those kids you made fun of, they're the ones most concerned about your kids. Maybe you should learn from them. Take care of your own kids. Whatever, if you come back to my parents' house, I'll call the police. I told your older sister as well. Don't ever come again. Lydia ended up calling her older sister even though she didn't want to. She did go pick up her kids from her father's house. She didn't even tell them about the fact that she had kids. She was scolded till her ears bled. They said that if she wasn't willing to responsibly raise the kids, they would take custody of them. She couldn't take off from work more than she already had, so she used up her PTO as much as she could, but it left a heavy impact on her chance of promotions and pay raises. If only she didn't spend so much money on her stuff, then maybe, just maybe, she would have had some money left to be looked after at a daycare, or even asking Carolyn for help with looking after them. Her husband James didn't help either. At the end, he contributed nothing. Carolyn's parents don't talk to Lydia at all anymore. In the end, Lydia was way too selfish. Ended up pushing away all the help she could have got around her. Miss Sarah, I'm sorry to bother you. The place where I was hit by Marilyn with a rock, it's starting to turn into a bruise. Would you be able to cut it out with the violence? It's really starting to cause problems. What? Shut the hell up. Don't even start with me when you're my brother's wife. It's your fault she doesn't respect you. Marilyn doesn't do that to anyone else. She gets along just fine with everyone else she interacts with. She even told me yesterday. Who the hell is that stupid ugly lady that stays at Grandma's house? She's got that right. In case you weren't sure, she's talking about you. You realize that Marilyn is in the 3rd grade, right? I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but are you sure you're okay with her talking like that? I don't want to hear shit from your stupid-ass mouth. You're leeching off of my parents' house. And you don't even do the chores correctly around the house. I have work to do too. I can't do all of the work around the house alone. My husband's currently away on a business trip, and I live with your parents too. It's not like I have taken over your parents' house. I think that you have that wrong. She's letting you stay at our house because my mom is a saint. Every day, you and Brenda are annoying me. It's actually worse than annoying. You're bullying me. How can you call that nice at all? What? What are you talking about, bullying? We literally are educating you. Don't act like you're worth anything. I don't need any kind of education. You can't even pour tea correctly. When we go by the house, you don't even have snacks for us ready to eat. Who the hell do you think you are calling yourself a wife? Do you realize the duty of being a wife and what you're supposed to do? You need to do your damn job. Even if I prepare the snacks, you just take all of it home with you when you leave. I can't just get all of them ready every single time. Also, about Marilyn, she's always complaining with you and Mom, but that's not the kind of attitude you should have with your elders, right? What? Elder? Who is her elder? Literally me. She doesn't talk with any kind of respect that she should be showing towards an adult. Just so you know, in my eyes. You're below a piece of lint. Do you understand me? Marilyn totally understands that kind of thing too. Just because you're a piece of trash doesn't give you the right to take out your frustration on a kid. I'm not taking out any frustration. I'm saying something that's totally justified. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, why do you even exist? You aren't useful at all to anyone or anything. You're always just staying at the house. Are you messing with us? You should really start thinking about how to take care of us using that no-good brain of yours. Shut the hell up, fat ass. What? You need to shut your damn face. I'm over this. If you want to talk about me that much, I'll leave. I don't want to live here to begin with. I was worried about Dad, but I lived here to help out as much as I could. You better watch your mouth. Didn't I say shut your face, fat ass? You stay at your parents' house from early in the morning to late at night. You take home all of the food that I cooked, and then you turn around and give your husband that food and say that you cooked it yourself. Even when you're at your own parents' home, you just roll around doing nothing. All you do is read mangas and watch TV. On a good day, you get off your fat ass and move to the table to eat the snacks that I put out. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why you're so obese. That's why you're a pig, right? Oink, oink. You're going too far. You need to stop. You took the words from my mouth. I guess the product of a rotten old bitch is just another rotten bitch. Your daughter keeps talking about how she wants to be a star in the future. Honestly, it sounds like a bunch of bogus. She'd be lucky if she became some kind of comedian for people to laugh at with the way she looks. You're going too far. You're making fun of my own child. I really don't believe it at all. You were making fun of me all you wanted. Everything that you've ever done to someone else is going to come right back around to you. That's why Marilyn has no friends at school at all. And barely even bothers going to classes, right? Marilyn's just tired. School is full of all these idiots. I see, so then you bring her to your parents' house, and you talk shit about me and have fun? That's going to have the opposite effect, you understand? Why would she get better and go to school? Oh yeah, she wouldn't. Her parents are just as stupid as she is, huh? Just to be clear, yes, I just called your daughter stupid. Imagine throwing a rock that big at someone. That's not something that regular kids do to people. If it had hit me in the head, it was actually pretty damn dangerous. I don't really give a shit. You're just starting to annoy me, so stop texting me. Get the hell out. I don't ever want to see your face again. I told you earlier I'll be seeing myself out. Just so you know, your father's very strict nutrition regimen, your mom won't be able to cook any of it. Before I started living with them and it was just your dad, she made instant ramen all the time. I was really worried, so I started living with them. But seriously, screw this. Also, my husband and I pay for the cost of living. Literally everything around the house we paid for. I guess we really shouldn't have done that for you, huh? You better bring that money for us. You're gonna make my mom really struggle. It has nothing to do with you, right? You were the one that told me to get out and leave. Why do I have to keep paying for a place that I don't even live in? That's too far. You better bring your ass to cook, too. Are you stupid? Does your husband even know? Huh? You don't cook or anything. You don't even take your kid to school. I know the kicker here, too. You spend all of his money on expensive brands. I didn't do that. You were bragging about it to Mom the other day. I remember your husband doesn't look at the savings account, so it's basically free money for you to use. You, Mom, and Marilyn all went out the other day. You bought the same brand necklace, and I remember you three showing it off. It's like watching a bunch of pigs show off their fancy purses. Who the hell cares? You're still a pig. Shut the hell up! You're gonna make me angry soon. So like I was saying, I messaged your husband. What? I told him that as soon as he reads my text message, he should call me. So as soon as he gives me a call, I'm going to explain everything. Wait, hang on a sec. What are you going to explain? Everything that you've been doing up until now. Everything from start to finish. You need to stop. Don't be butting into another person's household. Don't worry, I'm going to leave your parents' home. I'll stop sending the cost of living and just general allowance in general. My husband even kept telling me that it was fine if I left the house and stopped living with you all. He kept suggesting it to me. I tried my best to make it work and turn him down every time, and this is the end result. I don't want to keep getting called names. I'm tired of being bullied and annoyed. I'm tired of being treated like some kind of slave. I'm literally at the end of my patience. We're going to live at the top floor of a really tall apartment complex. We're going to move really fast, too. Wait, hang on. Then what's going to happen to our meals? You really can't stop thinking about anything except your damn food, huh? Gotta prep your own meals now, piggy. You're being so damn rude. You think you can really get away with this? And what are you talking about? What are you talking about that you messaged my husband? You better explain yourself. What did you tell him? Everything. Do you really not know what I'm talking about? Maybe there's too much that you're worried about. By the way, I already contacted your father, too. He was apologizing to me profusely. He kept saying how he's sorry for not being able to do more for me. He was afraid to talk back to your mom. It seems that he couldn't say anything to your mom. Don't embarrass my mom like that. It's your fault anyway. You're not really in a position to be talking like that right now, are you? What do you mean? When your husband calls me, I'm going to tell him all about the brands and the free money, and you can get this from his account. Wait, come on, don't do that. I won't do anything to you anymore. I promise, I'll leave you alone. It's not that you'll leave me alone, it's that you literally can't. Because we're never going to see each other again. I can't have him check the checking account. Please, I'm begging you. What's so bad about that? You're joking, right? You didn't really... You actually used all of it up. Not all of it. It's just a little less than before. If it's just a little bit, then your husband should forgive you, right? Please, I'm begging you. Please don't tell him. Wow, I didn't know you were able to talk like that. Huh? I thought you were only able to be rude. Turns out you understood the concept of manners. There are probably other things you should be saying. I'm sorry, I was wrong about everything. I'll apologize, so please forgive me. Wow, you can apologize. I didn't know you were able to do that. I'm apologizing. You should forgive me, right? Please forgive me. Sorry, but I have some unfortunate news. Huh? I've screenshotted all of our text messages, all of it from start to finish, and I've sent them to your husband already. You guys hash out the rest on your own. Later, fat ass. Lucy felt like she might have lost it a little bit too much, but if you think about what she had to go through up until this point, it's pretty understandable. Sarah's husband contacted Lucy, and they included Lucy's husband in the talk. They were all able to talk to each other. At the end of the day, Sarah's husband accepted that he wasn't able to manage his business correctly. He was made aware by everything that he was told, and he apologized to Lucy. He noticed that he barely had any money left in his checking account. It's going to be pretty difficult for Sarah to rekindle her relationship with him. She was told to make up for all of the missing money, and told that he would be filing for divorce. She now eats at home, eating instant noodles. Sad little piggy.